vehicle hit. Enemy vehicle destroyed. We fixed the track. Get.
Hello and welcome to NAFTA Reviews. I'm Buddy1927 and today I'm going to be reviewing the Matilda. This isn't your ordinary Tier 4 medium. This is actually a beast of a tank. The Matilda is a Tier 4 medium in the British line, and as you can see, it's not a bad looking tank. It has its NAFTA seal, so you know that this is a NAFTA tank. The front part of this tank, the armor on this is 75 millimeters thick. There's not a lot of places to hit this tank except for this little driver's hatch. Most of your shells, if you try to hit here, will ricochet, and due to thick armor, it will either bounce or actually do very little damage to it. The side of the tank has 70 millimeters of armor. The turret has 75 millimeters of armor, front, side, and rear. So this can take a couple good hits along the side. As you can see, the rear is kind of sloped, and the rear is the weak part of this tank, mainly due to the gas tank sitting right here. If you try to hit the turret, the turret has 75 millimeters in the rear. It has the part of the tank here has 55 millimeters of armor. One thing you'll notice on the side of this tank, it has the skull with the helmet. This is actually, if I'm keeping a tank, this is my mark. This is, I'm keeping this tank. And you know that if I'm keeping this tank, it's a pretty good tank to keep. As you can see, it is camouflage. I recommend that you run camouflage with all your tanks, even if you are not keeping them. All you have to do is go to your exterior, either click 30 days or 7 days. If you think you can grind through that tank in 7 days, 7 days is only 10,000 per thing. Make sure you get, when you do your camouflage, that you get your 3 seasons, I call it, winter, summer, and the desert. I always run 30 days because I might start grinding through a tank. It might take me 30 days to grind through to get to the next one, because I'm also playing other tanks, playing in tournaments and stuff like that. Unless I am this absolutely positive I'm just going to grind that tank, I always check 30 days. If I'm going to keep the tank, as I have decided I've kept this tank, I always put permanent camouflage, so that way I don't have to worry about re-arming and going through all that silver again. So that's one of the musts of a tank. One of the things that camouflage does, it helps you get less, gives you a chance of getting detected a little less with it. Let's take a look at the tech tree on this tank. Well, to get to the Matilda, you must go through the Vickers Medium Mark 1. Then you come down here to Vickers Medium Mark 2, Vickers Medium Mark 3. They were very clever in naming these tanks. And then you come to the Matilda. One good thing about, if you decide to go down this line and you decide you want to go through the heavy line, you have to go through the Matilda. But at Tier 5, it starts the Churchill line, which is the heavy line for the British, and you can go all the way up to Tier 10. If for some reason you decided, hey, I like the Matilda, I don't like the heavy tanks that much, but I am into TDs, you can go from the Churchill. You can research the Churchill gun carrier, and then you can go right up to the AT7. Now the British TD line from 7 on up is actually I'm sorry, from Tier 6 the AT is actually kind of hard to kill, but the AT line is a hard TD. It has a lot of frontal armor, and they're actually hard to kill. If you want if you have decided to go through a non-turreted TD line, this is actually one of the better lines to go through. You can either go through it all the way, or you can take the shortcut and go to the Churchill, then go from tier 6 and go on up. That way you don't have to go back through tier 5s there. But the Matilda, this is one of the better tier 4 tanks in all the lines. This is one of my tournament tanks, and it's a pretty good tank. Matilda comes with 3 guns. It starts off with the 2-pounder Mark 10. Then the next gun you can research is the 2-pounder Mark XB, or you can go down to the 3-inch howitzer Mark 1. 3-inch howitzer Mark 1 is the top gun for this thing. But I actually run with a 2-pounder XB. The 2-pounder XB, the rate of fire is 28.57. Average penetration is 121 to 145. Average damage is 55. The accuracy on this is 3.6, which is excellent. The aiming time is 1.9. It weighs roughly 175 pounds. Now, compared to the howitzer, the rate of fire is only 15 rounds. Average penetration could be anywhere from 38 to 100. Average damage is 175 to 110. And the accuracy on this sucks. It's 0.53. This is the reason why I go with this, and also the rate of fire is a lot quicker. It's almost double the rate of fire compared to the howitzer. But the howitzer weighs a lot less. When playing this tank, I run the 2-pounder. Of course, you have to have the top turret, so that way you get the maximum, the 75 compared to, well, actually both turrets have the 75. Turret speed on that is 34. Turret speed is 34. Not much difference in the things, but it actually looks better. Comes with tier 7 radio, tier 3 engine, and a tier 4 tracks. The average speed on this is 24 kilometers per hour. That's if you are going downhill with the wind. I average about 20 miles per hour. This is a slow tank, but it's a beast when it comes to the damage. Let's go back to the garage. What I run with this tank is I run with vents, which gives me 5% crew skills. I run with an enhanced gun lane drive, which gives me 10% more aiming speed, so it knocks down that 1.9 down. And I also run with a medium caliber tank gun rammer, which gives me 10% more loading time, which speeds up my loading time. The rounds I run with, the supplies I run with this tank is I run 27 normal AP shells. The reason when I'm in pug matches, this is all I fire is the regular AP. The gold rounds I carry 65 on here. The reason why I carry 65, I'm usually in tournaments with this tank, and when I'm in the tournaments, I do run nothing but gold round. As you can see, damage and penetration on this is a lot higher than it is. Well, actually, it's about the same. I'm sorry. Penetration's a lot higher with the gold round than it is with the regular AP rounds. I always run with a repair kit, first aid, and fire extinguisher, and people want to know why. If I get my track shot out, I can repair them real quick with the repair kit. If my commander or my driver gets knocked out, or my loader gets knocked out, I can heal them up real quick. If your driver's knocked out, you see that your tank actually starts driving slower. If your commander gets knocked out, your accuracy actually starts suffering. And if your loader gets knocked out, your load time actually slows down. And the reason why I carry a fire extinguisher is if you don't carry one and your tank gets set on fire, guess what? You'll burn up. So I always carry these three, and those are the reasons why. Basically, this is a good little tank. This is a beast of a tank. It's slow, but overall it does a lot of damage. I have a clip for you all to watch, and as you can see in the clip, you can see the damage that this tank can do and the potential of this tank.
Let's go.
Okay, we are now in the Matilda Tier 4 Medium British. This is a bad little tank, but a slow little tank. Since most of the people are going on the left, I decided to go to the right and see what we can find. And hopefully push towards the cap. I was thinking about going on top of the hill, maybe shooting down. And I see the enemy, and they've been engaging and taking out a couple of tanks. We get one tank, got him on the run. Let's go see what we can do to him.
Enemy armor is hit. They're knocked out.
Took him out. That's our first kill of the day. Got that little PZ coming around. He's going to try to outflank us. And we're going to do some damage to him.
Enemy armor is hit. Enemy is hit.
3 shots. His buddy decided to crash into the wall, so let's take him out, set him on fire, and he's gone. This is the reason why you carry the fire extinguisher, guys. For that particular reason. Got TD there.
Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy is hit.
You see what I mean by the frontal armor of this tank? It has great frontal armor.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
And the reload on this tank is great.
Penetration. Enemy armor is
Okay, we
destroyed.
have 4 kills on this tank. I got no shots over there. I got Artie throwing rounds at me, so I gotta make sure I keep moving. And we're at 58% health. I've taken out 4 tanks. Have done 684 damage. Hopefully the left side can take care of that rush. We're going to start heading towards their cap. Got PZ and AMX and a medium 2 following me. When an SPG can outrun a tank, you know you're in a slow tank. This is here shows you the accuracy of this gun.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Boom.
Enemy armor is hit.
Boom.
Enemy
Reload on it. Boom.
Gotcha.
Kill number 5. This is the reason why I like that gun, because of that quick reload and the damage and the accuracy of that gun. Basically, where you point, that's where that shell's going to go. It's not going to veer off to the left. It's not going to veer off to the right. It's going to go straight where you point it. Well, the left side has fell. Instead of the M2 going back, and there's just no way I'm going to get back to the cap. The M2 still followed us.
Penetration.
Got this little
We've lost a track.
tank here.
Critical hit.
And he's gone.
Enemy
Let's
vehicle
go number
destroyed.
6. Instead of them two going back and resetting the cap so we could win, he decides, oh, I'm just going to go for the cap too. He's a lot quicker than me, as you can tell. He could have got back to the cap and reset it. But they capped out. But that's what happens when you're in pug matches. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But we ended up having 6 kills out of this. Okay, as you can see, we ended up with Top Gun and Sniper. We had 21 shots fired, 19 hits, 90.48% hit rate. We did a total of 938 damage. You can see all the damage that we did on these tanks. This is why I like the Matilda. It is a excellent tank, good, accurate, and as you can see, has good armor. I hope you like this review of the Matilda, and I will hopefully be doing other reviews of other tanks, and I hope you get to watch them. If you like what you see, please hit like on YouTube. Any comments, leave comments on YouTube, and hopefully we'll see you around. Have a good day.